Going on, everybody? This is Blockchain Bullz, and today we are going to talk about, is it too late to actually make life-changing wealth in cryptocurrency and in Bitcoin investing and whatnot? So how do people go from basically very little money in their bank to ultimately having sometimes hundreds of thousands of dollars to millions? How do they go from investing a couple $1,000s and turn that into 100,000 and then eventually turn that into a million? So I'm going to speak from experience, from my own experience in investing in cryptocurrency, sharing with you my success, and hopefully impart some of that onto you guys so that you guys can understand what it is that you can do to be successful on your own. Ultimately, that is the main goal here, is to show you guys how to do this. So if this is your first time to Blockchain Bullz, hit the like button and let's get started. So the first thing I want to talk about in investing in cryptocurrency is thinking like a venture capitalist. So what you have going on with cryptocurrency is you have an up and coming asset class, right? So you have opportunities everywhere. You have Inc. here writing up an article. This is actually an older article, but what do I mean when I say think like a venture capitalist? So you have let's just say you have 4 altcoins, okay? You've gone through all the research. You've spent a week coming to the conclusion that you went through, let's just say you went through 15 different projects. You made a list of 15 projects that you were going to analyze and research over time and find the best one, right? So you're going through that list and you're going to weed it out down to 4, right? And so what you're basically going to do is you're going to set aside a certain amount of money. You're going to say, okay, I've got, some of you guys might say, I've got $1,000 to invest in cryptocurrency, or I've got $5,000 to invest in cryptocurrency, depending on your dollar amount. But for the sake of training here, or for education purposes, that's what we're going to analyze here. Let's just say you take $5,000 and you have 4 projects. What you're going to basically do is divvy up that $5,000 into those 4 projects. One of them, your top project, is going to get the highest amount. It might get $2,000 right off the top because that's the one you're most bullish on. But you're not going all in on that. You have 3 other projects. So the concept that we're applying here is the same concept that basically Silicon Valley applies to seed funding projects, right? I see you guys on here. I'm going to answer all these questions as they're coming. Thanks to the 5 people who hit the like button. And so basically what you have is you have $100 million. So in Silicon Valley, they have $100 million. And they're looking for 100 projects to seed fund with $1 million. And basically what they're looking for is the next Facebook. But what they're going to get out of that is 10 to 15 other projects that are going to do pretty good and make them money on their investment. But they're looking for one real diamond in the rough. They're looking for the next Cardano, so to speak. They're looking for the next Chainlink. They're looking for the next Theta. That's really what they're looking for, right? Is these outperformers that go not just 100x, but sometimes even 1000x. But they know that 10 to 15 others are going to also perform. But they also are aware that there's going to be a lot of projects that are just going to fall by the wayside. So it's like being a football player. You're not going to score a touchdown if you're scared to get tackled, right? So you've got to take the necessary steps. Now, the things that are really important about thinking like a venture capitalist, and I kind of wrote some of these keys to success down here. I don't know if you guys can see them right now. But basically, you have the keys here are getting started, be patient, don't get married to any coins, take profits, rinse and repeat. So when you're up big time on a position, you're not married to that position for the long term. You're up 5x. You take that profit and you take that 5x and you basically rinse and repeat and find another 4 coins to diversify in. Now you still have your other 3 coins that you've got, that you've been holding on to from the last cycle. And now you're basically going 4 more into 4 more projects with your 5x, and you've got your initial investment out, and you can take that and deposit it back into your bank account if you would like. Or you could keep playing with that. So it's like you don't have to play with the house money only, or you can keep your initial investment in there because it's money that you've decided that you can afford to play with. All right, so what you're going to do is you're going to take those profits, rinse and repeat, and then get aggressive at times. So there's going to come times where instead of putting in, let's just say you're so used to putting in just $1,000 into a project, there might come a project once you've built up your capital that you're like, okay, I'm actually going to go for broke on this one. Now, I'm not saying, when I say, this is money that you've already built in the kitty. This is money that you've already built into the market. It's not money that you're playing with that's on the sidelines, or that you're living off of, right? This is money that you've already got in the markets. Occasionally, you might want to get aggressive. And especially when all the indicators are there and you know the market's hot and you know this project's going to be a gem. So getting aggressive, maybe putting 2 or 3 Ethereum into a project, or if you're used to just putting in 200 instead of doing 200, you do 600 into a project. So sometimes getting aggressive can really be beneficial. But I would say overall, when you do all that, you're going to have to be patient. So patience is the most important thing that's overlooked, I think, with newbies more than anything. So they just have this lack of patience. Everyone has a lack of patience if you're anything like me, at least. I am probably the most impatient person. I'm always, I don't know, man. I'm actually really good at patience with cryptocurrency, to be honest with you, but I'm an impatient person, so I can relate to almost anyone who's impatient. And I had to teach myself patience. Sometimes, when the market's really selling off, you'll be sitting there wherever you're at. You'll go outside, out back, I don't know, drink a beer, smoke a cigarette, or talk on the phone, or whatever you're doing, talking to your wife or your best friend. And you're sitting there and you're looking at the market and you're like, oh my gosh, this thing's crashing, and your finger will be on the sell button. You'll be like, should I sell? And you'll think about it for 20, 30 minutes, and right, it might even keep dropping down, and you're in that position. But you have to find something to take your mind off that idea to sell, because if you don't, you'll be really beating yourself up. So one of the things I do is I travel or I go camping. I get away from the charts, because if I spend too much time looking at the charts, I'll be draining myself out, and I'll probably make a decision that I'll regret at a later point. And ultimately, when it comes to investing in a developing asset class like we have here, this is a new asset class. It's emerging. You want to be patient because we're so early. We are so early. I mean, this technology it's still got to go through another couple cycles maybe before it's even ready to get to a point where it's going to go mainstream. So when you're that early, you really have to be patient, and don't be playing. You don't want to be investing more than you can afford to lose. And the reason the rich really have an advantage over you, the person who's maybe a retail investor who's just getting started, is because they've got so much money. They have $10 million in the bank to live off, and they've got $50 million in the market to grow. So they $10 million in the bank account is more than enough money to have to relax with, right? So they can handle the dips and the swings and all that stuff. So overall, I would say, no, it's not too late to make money and get rich in cryptocurrency, but the keys are going to come down to, number 1, getting started. Number 2, being patient. Number 3, don't get married to any coins. We saw that happen with XRP, where people knew that the XRP lawsuit was coming in and they just didn't want to sell. And instead of selling, they got locked into to XRP for 3 months during a bull market where projects were doing 5, 10x because they were so in love with XRP. If they really loved XRP, they could have gotten back into it. Even right now, XRP went as low as like it was hovering around 35, 40 cents for a long time, and now it's like at 90 cents. It went up to $1. It 3x. But there was 10x, 15x gains to be had elsewhere, but because people were married to XRP, they didn't get to realize those opportunities. But like I said, don't be scared to take profits, rinse and repeat. People are scared to take profits because of taxes. Now let's talk about that. Yes, you have to pay short-term capital gains tax here in America if you don't hold it for longer than a year. But let me ask you this. Are you scared to get paid income tax from your boss because you're going to have to... Are you scared to get paid income from your boss because you're scared to pay income tax? No. So why should you be scared to take profits in cryptocurrency because you are scared of having to pay taxes? And again, it's only what you profit on. So yes, at the end of the year, you're going to have to do that. But don't let that stop you from taking profits early. Because when you have 5, 10x gains, you don't know how long those are going to be there for. And we've seen that with plenty of coins here in the market where they'll go up and then they retrace a little bit, and you could have realized the gains in some of those coins, and unfortunately, because you held on to them too long, you might miss out on the opportunity. So I do see 19 people hit the like button. I see some comments. David said mindset is key. By the way, guys, you guys can now start telling me about some altcoins to look at. But the altcoins that I'm looking at in the short term here, there are a few that are on my radar, although nothing is standing out as extremely amazing buys right now. I would like to say that there was more amazing buys available. I am standing by for that. I would say it's really hard because we're still analyzing what the market's going to do, how it's going to respond in the short term. But there are definitely some, I would say they're definitely still the best buys are going to be in the low cap. AIOZ, if you guys haven't already checked out that one does seem very interesting. I mean, this thing does have my attention, and I actually took out a position in this, to be completely straight up. I did just the other day. And mostly because it was so hot when it came up, when I saw it dip down. And the reason is because I'm looking at it as a Theta 2.0. I'm looking for these guys to really give Theta a run for its money. Although one thing I will say about these copycat or clones of projects, we've only seen one Oracle really set the stage. We've only really seen one NFT really surge to the top, and that would probably be Engine. Maybe Decentraland, but it doesn't seem like there hasn't been this like opportunity where like two Thetas will be in the top 20, right? Two streaming projects in the top 10, two Oracles in the top 20. You know, we haven't really seen that, but I think it's possible. And I think in the video streaming CDN arena, something like AIOZ Network can compete with Theta. And I think it's got a fully realized market cap around 80 million, but that's just me guesstimating. I don't have the facts for you. We'd have to check on CoinGecko. Let's see here. Timothy says, you were the first person I watched in 2017. I didn't miss a video back then. Made some good loot and got out. Crypto is full time. If you swing trade, got back in about December for XRP airdrop. Thanks, Jay. Do less noob Moonboy coverage. Well, we do have a lot of newbies on this channel, so I do a little bit of that. I'd imagine you're probably talking about the most recent video I did about the best wallets, but I thought the best wallets video was really relevant. This one right here was really relevant to anyone in cryptocurrency. But I would say that, yeah, there are definitely newbies, but when you say moon boys, what do you mean? Lowcap gems? I mean, that's what I'm into. I'm sorry if that's a moon. If I look at it, if it sounds like I'm going to the moon on that one, but the low cappers definitely. I mean, just look at the stats. I mean, the stats speak for themselves. But I hear you, man. Polka. What? Never heard of Polka Loker. Polka Loker. Celsius is having a huge last couple days. Celsius was like a stable coin for a long time, and now it's what I mean by that is it was really running sideways for a while, and now it's just broken out. And it was a long time coming. I mean, it was running like from here. Look at that. It was just really dead in water, and then it had this breakout finally. I'm really looking for the next Celsius though. You know, some other finance platform, derivatives like Lena maybe, but that was more like synthetics. Still looking for those. David says those beginner videos are very good. Yeah, I mean, I try to mix those in for the newbies. For short-term games, who are you looking at? For short-term games, you can definitely get the low cap games. You can get low caps for sure. Love low cap. Oh, the people that are coming on here are always shilling their coins. Yeah, that gets annoying for me too, because I'm genuinely looking to crowdsource. I mean, we got 9,000 projects here. I'm genuinely looking out for people who are going to shill us some like quality projects, and then I get a bunch of people who are just shilling me like just some like real scraps. I mean, BSC, the Binance Smart Chain, yeah, it's got some opportunities in there, but I mean, I've seen a lot of really kind of scammy looking projects in BSC, to be completely honest with you. All these people are like, oh, you need to get in Binance Smart Chain, Pancake Swap. And I started looking at some of those projects and I'm like, I don't know about that. It's like some of the most scammy looking projects are on the Binance Smart Chain as it appears right now. That's probably because it's brand new. They probably moved way too fast and it's hard to really take a full on look at that. Thoughts on EFX? EFX? Is that effects.ai? Yeah, I love it. I've got a position in this. It's pretty low market cap too. Oh, I didn't even start that yet. They're on KuCoin, guys. So let's take a look at these guys one more time while we are on chat. Let me see if I can open this up. Oh yeah. I was checking out XP. Anyway, what was Steven saying? EXP as well. Freedom to work from anywhere at any time. The first blockchain-based framework for the future of work. Access a global on-demand 24/7 scalable workforce. I see they've updated their website. I mean, this remote work is huge. I'm a digital nomad myself. I mean, I have a benefit of having a home base, especially during this last year. Having a home base has been good, but I definitely am one of those type of people who like to change the scenery up, and all I need is cell phone connection or internet access, and I live anywhere and work from anywhere. You know, if you want to go to Dubai for 3 months, if you want to go to Missoula, Montana and live out in Missoula, if you want to go live in Clearwater, Florida, if you want to come out to Scottsdale, Arizona, if you want to go up to Anchorage, Alaska in the summertime, you know, or you know, as soon as they hopefully open up the world, that kind of digital nomad opportunity comes back into play. And then, you know, you do that long enough, then you start picking up some rental homes, and then you just you own property in your favorite places, and then you just like put it on Airbnb, and you just kind of, you know, it's like you're just growing this network of rentals, and you don't really own anything. You just have a bunch of rentals that you own, but you're not like attached to them. So that could be pretty good for those of you who think like entrepreneurs. That would be what I'd be into. They all pumped at the time of the announcement. What happened? Quick pump would be the 1-inch engine. Yeah, we did have, for those of you who saw what happened with Twitter, or not Twitter, Coinbase tweeted out that they got 4 new coins coming to their, they do have 4 new coins coming on to Coinbase. Engine's one of them. 1-inch, finally. I mean, it's unbelievable what happened with 1-inch. It's been dead in the water for a long time, and now it's finally going to have its day. But let's take a look at the Coinbase listings here while we have an opportunity. Thanks to everyone who's already hit the like button. 30. If you guys want me to keep going, go ahead and crush up the likes. And if I get enough up past 45, I'll keep going, or we can end it here. It doesn't matter because 92 people are watching, but that's not as much as we've had before. Let's see here. Coinbase. So yeah, they did add over the last year. Cardano has grown. Okay, we'll read that in a second here. Where did they? Was it Coinbase Pro that tweeted it out? Maybe it was Coinbase Pro. Let me take a look. There it is. All right, so we got, these are the new coins, 4 new coins going on to Coinbase Pro. 1-inch engine coin, NKN, and Origin token. This NKN, I'm not too familiar with NKN, to be honest with you. Obviously, I know about 1-inch. I mean, if 1-inch even becomes a splash in the pan of what Uniswap was or has been, I mean, that's it's about $1 billion market cap. Compare that to Uniswap. 1-inch was a good investment not too long ago. I mean, it could 15x if it catches Uniswap or becomes better than Uniswap. That'd be a 15x. All right, so I've got some super chats coming in. UDK unlock protocol. UDK. I mean, guys, we'll see if UDT. Thank Mark. UDT. UDT unlock. I don't even see it on here. If you guys are gonna send me to a project, make sure it's at least available to look at. Coinbase Ventures. I don't know about this one. I see what you're saying. Let me see if it's on here. UDT. Did you spell it wrong, man? I mean, it's like not available anywhere out here. Man, I really want to talk about your project, but you didn't set. At least put a link then. Put a link there, because you put yourself in a position where I can't even research it. Here we go. There we go. All right. This does look like an interesting project, being that it's out of New York and it's Coinbase. Monetize the web. Oh, I see what you were saying. Okay. See, I've never heard of these guys yet. Keychain, dashboard, Web3 future. Okay. I mean, what's the investment opportunity for the retailer, though? What's the investment opportunity? Have you taken a look at Polka markets? Of course I have. Of course I've taken a look at Polka markets. And let's take a look. I'm waiting for Polka Swap to come out. This one's, is it on a dip? I'm waiting for this thing to go back down to, well, it is in the buy range now, actually. I don't own any of this. Polka markets is a DeFi-powered prediction market built for cross-chain information exchange and trading, where users take positions on outcomes of real-world events in a decentralized and interoperable platform. The product. Users can monetize their forecast of future outcomes and events within interoperable and decentralized infrastructure, where you beliefs become assets with financial value, traded openly on the market. It's interesting. I don't know how many people are actually going to use this. This is certainly an interesting project. Entertainment DeFi. Everyone's claiming to be DeFi these days. Take a look at Skycoin, man. Skycoin, I remember Skycoin from way back in the day. That team, that project is kind of, they're a little wishy-washy, to be honest with you, but look at that. I remember these guys way back in the day. Let's see, what's going on with Skycoin? I mean, you're obviously talking about it, but why? What do we need to know about Skycoin? Have they risen from the ashes? Are they coming back? That's like telling me to invest in Golem. Or who remembers Sonam? Remember Sonam? I mean, if you're going to talk about Skycoin, what about Sonam? Sonam used to be a juggernaut. I mean, what do you want me to know about Skycoin? Because I know about Skycoin. VAIOT. Oh, CRO? Where are you staking CRO at 30%? Where are you staking that CRO at 30%? You got to be kidding me. No, I ain't going to play with that one. Oh, man. Well, it looks like the fanboys have shown up, and yeah, I mean, looks like the Moon Boys are back, and they're not really interested in talking about projects that have any real. Not getting anything. I'm not getting anything out of the audience right now. I'm just getting a bunch of just shills. Oh, David Muhammad. I know David talks serious stuff. At least I know he's legit. CRO DeFi wallet? Really? 30%? That's crazy. I'm gonna have to look into that. Thanks for pointing that out. I didn't know that it was 30%. I mean, 30% is incredible. I had a bad taste in my mouth about CRO because when I got the card, I got the little card, and they had me stake and do all this and that, and then they kind of changed the rules middle of the game. This was back in like October, November, and they just kind of sold off, and they left a bad taste in some people's mouths. Now, obviously, they must have had a good reason. I'm not saying they're a bad platform because, I mean, this is where I buy my Polkadot, honestly. I was even buying Cardano for a while there because that was one of the best places to get Cardano, you know. There or Binance US. But this whole little dip they had right here when everyone else was going up, they were going down. It was because of their little fiasco they pulled. But I think they're still a strong project, but they did pull some stunts. So we'll see if they stick to that 30% or 30% right there. All right, guys. Well, anyways, thanks everyone for tuning in. Looks like the Moon Boys are back, and there's no real substance coming into the chat right now. H-bar is pretty good. So anyway, guys, thanks for watching, and I will see you guys on the next one if we can get some people talking some real stuff in here, but it doesn't look like. Which one? UDT is not even available on here. So we'll see, guys. I'm still looking at this. I'm still waiting to see if someone keeps talking about UDT. Where do you buy UDT? Like, I mean, I hear you. It looks good. I mean, it does look like a legit project, but where does someone buy it? Every time I ask where you buy it, you didn't answer. I would like you to answer that. You guys want me to keep going? Crush up the likes if you want me to keep going. If we go over 65, I'll keep going. This guy B Minor keeps asking the same thing, but he's not really saying anything solid. He's kind of distracting me. Either bring the real deal here, man. Elongate, that's hilarious. What's Elon been saying? Let's go take a look at what Elon's been saying. Uniswap. Okay, so you can get UDT, but what is it on CoinGecko or what? Oh, he says, to be clear, I do support. I'm not going to say the V word. Okay, he's talking about that. Yeah, that's interesting. All right, we went over 70 there. Would I invest in Luna? Let's take a look at Luna. See what's up with Luna. You talking about Terra Luna? That one came out of virtual nowhere. It really came out of nowhere on us, didn't it? And then it like shot into the top 20 real quick. They must be doing some big stuff. Terra stablecoin deposits. And the easiest way to spend. Would I invest in them? What's their market cap right now? That's a low market cap considering where it's been. I mean, it's something to definitely consider, I would say. Oh, Eland, yeah. Thoughts on OVR? I'm waiting. OVR has had a massive sell-off here recently. Like a correction. We'll see if I think it's washed out. I think a lot of the but I don't know. I mean, I would assume that a lot of the sellers are out. I would assume it's hit bottom. I would like to think it's hit bottom here. So that would be good for OVR, and then it can start moving back up again. Although we saw that dead cat bounce right here on OVR. It kind of recovered a little bit. We thought we saw the hope, and then it just sold back down again. Will it do that again? Is it forming a head and shoulders on the downtrend here? I don't know. We'll see. I don't think NFTs are done yet. No, I think that there's still some developments. I think they'll plateau a little bit, though. I think they'll definitely plateau. Something new is going to come up at some point. The whole market's ready for a new leg breakout. We're a little bit overdue. I think I'm preparing for a slow April. Honestly, I'm preparing for a slow April. I'm remaining optimistic that it won't be a slow April, but I would anticipate possibly a pretty strong May. I would say I'm more convinced in a strong May than I am a strong April. I think I think April could be a month where we kind of consolidate, run sideways a little bit, and then in May we break out. But I would like to be wrong on that, of course, and we're due for a market breakout. Maybe even push towards 3 trillion, and Bitcoin got to cross 60,000. Bitcoin staying stuck at 60,000 or just above 60,000. Like it went to 61, 62, and then it went down to, it's been hovering around 55 to 60. It's crazy. Who's this guy that's spamming 8pay? This guy, man. Oh, man. Sorry about that, guys. 8pay. What? Telling me, can you please look at 8pay? These are the guys, man. These guys come in with all this, like, can you please take a look at my 8pay? I just want to see what 8pay is anyway. I mean, he was spamming. Even if this is a great project, that guy was really making it not look so hot. Okay, this guy wanted me to look at this. No thanks. Moving right along, please. Tell me about BTT and Wink. Wink? Everyone keeps talking about Wink. See what's up with Wink. Let's see what's going on with Wink. What? I'm not going to hit anything right now. Sorry, Wink. We're moving right along beyond that. Curio. Ooh, Curio. I remember that one. Let's see how Curio is looking right now. I was almost going to buy Curio, actually. Look at that market cap. Look at that market cap, guys. Let's take a look at these guys. Is this the buy of the night? Is this the shill of the night? Is this it? Yeah, I remember this is for cars, right? The first tokenized Ferrari in the world. This is an NFT, right? I mean, if NFTs stay hot, this thing's going to do something. Who's their partners? You got any partnerships that have been mentioned anywhere? This thing could be the shill of the night. I've heard about these guys before. I mean, I'm not in love with the concept. I'm not in love with anything, but I could see how people would be. And I could see if NFTs stay popular, this thing, could shoot up to maybe $20 million market cap. It could. It's likely. It's possible. Oh, yeah, 1 inch. I mean, getting listed on Coinbase Pro, I think so. I think that it's going to ride on Uniswap's tail. It's going to ride on that, and it's going to get some results because of it. All right, guys, listen, I got to get going, but thanks for hanging out, and I look forward to the next one, and I can do more of these here as time goes by. Also, if you guys keep letting me know if you want me to. See you guys on the next one.